jobs are processed through primary breakdown equipment like head rigs and chipping saws.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Done, sir.
Just kind of taking you through a small presentation by Canadian Wood and by WoodNiido. Pranesh will be covering on Canadian Wood, our role and how we actually collaborated with WoodNiido to bring this whole project alive. Before that, I just wanted to introduce to you our kind chief guest who has taken the opportunity and been gracious enough to inaugurate the house. Mr. Architect C.R. Raju is the principal architect of C.R. Raju and Associates. He has an experience of more than 3 decades in designing various landmark and award-winning architectural projects in and around Chennai as well as pan-India. He is currently the president of the IIA chapter in Chennai and has held many august positions with IIA in the past, namely as chairman of IIA Tamil Nadu chapter from 2013 to 15, joint honorary secretary IIA Mumbai from 2015 to 20, and also he has been awarded the most outstanding member of the year award in 2014. I now request
eco-friendly as possible. So we let the natural lighting play, we let natural elements like wood be used a lot. So that's how we've themed the whole house going. Yeah. So it's all wood, sir. We've used yellow cedar. So we've used that framing. And we've done the span. Also the exterior is coated. So we've used renders and we've used coating. So the sustainability and the longevity of the product stays for longer.
Just to give you an idea, for such houses in North America, they've been known to stand for over 100 years. And in fact, why don't we go ahead and say
We use it for exterior applications. And we put OSB. Comes in sizes as you want. We put the fiber house wrap and wrap the whole house. So that gives us a almost 98% to 99% barrier against moisture, high speed wind, and any kind of leakage inside the house. So you're using correct. Yeah, we do those things are called blockers. So every 8 feet of the structure, if I'm going about 8 feet, I'm going 16 feet, every small feet.
so taller you go, the more mass timber you will need.
Yeah. Yes, because it has all it's been the building of the structure.
This is the stone special, which is coming up. This stone building, so the advantage of building with wood is you can prefabricate everything in the factory, carry it to the site and erect. So the building time is reduced significantly. This 18-story structure was up in only 67 days. 67 days to be precise.
From Canada, different conditions. We talking now? Yes. Relationship
பைட் தராரு வீடியோ எடுக்கணும்னா எடுத்துக்கலாம் பைட் தராரு இங்கே இருக்க போச்சு அந்த ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் அது அவங்க
warm welcome to a new experience. When we came here and went through the whole project, a very interesting way of presenting a wooden house. In fact, Canadian wood has been very popular in India. Last time when I had an opportunity to use the Canadian wood on a terrace or a gazebo or a pergola in many areas, we could see how we could transform the standard, they have some standard sizes, but how we could transform them into whatever we wanted to do. They come out very well with the red cedar wood what we have used, and I think I must say that working with Canadian wood is a very good experience. One more thing I would like to mention here. In Canada, I was told the forests, Canada is full of forests, and whatever wood they harvest, multiple times of planting is done to compensate the whatever wood you are removing from the forest. Unlike in India, where we are clearing forests but not able to plant that much. But in Canada, the policy of the government is to plant much more times than what you cut. And that they have been following meticulously, and that is why Canadian timber will have a long journey in serving material for various countries throughout the world. I think it is exporting wood to almost every country in the world. So that is a great achievement by Canada because of its natural resources. Now coming to the way this wooden villa has been put up, I went through each and every room, the meticulous way in which it has been done, either structurally by supporting with the wooden members, and also the finishes what they have done in each and every room using different finishes of the same wood. See, the species are the same. Mostly they have, I think I was told they have 5 species of cedars. But how they adapt it to suit the structural element, and also how they do it to do the finishing with the various types of walls, even the toilets, the wardrobes, the walk-in wardrobes, and essentially the windows, and the beautiful deck what they have created. I think this kind of villas will be very useful for those who want to build farmhouses, especially in the outskirts of any city or maybe hill stations or seafronts and things like that. This is an appropriate technology where we can use, and since it can be replaced or moved without much damage, it becomes a very sustainable thing in the long run. Especially today, most of the buildings are with concrete and steel, which are not sustainable materials. But whereas wood is a sustainable material, so tomorrow, even the entire house dilapidated condition, it will come one with the soil or earth. That way, sustainability is one factor which I would like to appreciate in using wood. Of course,
they say the house structure can be done about 3 to 6 months from order and things like that. The speed, I think, is going to be a major factor, because here in India we do less time in planning and more time in construction. So this is going to be more time in planning and less time in construction, I think. Congratulations, everybody. Best of luck. Thank you.
Wood construction technique. Before you start asking me different questions, I would like to enlighten you a little about us and our organization. We are Forestry Innovation Investments of Vancouver, Canada. We are a crown agency of the government of British Columbia, the westernmost province of Canada on the west coast. We are engaged in the promotion of Canadian wood species in the offshore markets. We have been in India now since 2014-15, and we have had the opportunity to work with some of the best names in the woodworking industry, some great architects, some great developers, and some nice factories who have been working with wood, including the export-oriented manufacturing units of Rajasthan and UP. So, having said that, I'm open to any questions if you have. Yes, it is based on square feet calculation. Don't ask me how many rupees a square foot, because I'm not a commercial person. We don't sell, we don't buy, we don't engage in any commercial activity. We are a not-for-profit, non-commercial organization. So you'll have to ask the owner who has built this.
Yeah, this is bungalow type house only, or it is multi-story? You can also do it, sir.
Oh, you can build today very high multi-story buildings, but normally these buildings, the way this one is made, it can easily go up to 6 stories. But if you want to go higher, then you have to use the technique which is called using the mass timber, which is engineered wood. So engineered wood consists of glue, lam, and NLP, CLP, etc., etc. So using that, you can go as high as you want. But today, currently, as on date, we have a building 18-story height standing on the campus of University of British Columbia in Vancouver, which is made of wood, 18 stories high, student hostel. So that speaks volumes for itself.
Is it earthquake resistant and water flood proof also? Is it?
So this is wind proof, sound proof, waterproof, dust proof.
Earthquake.
If you keep the doors closed.
How durable?
When I say proof, I mean resistant. Okay?
Yes, it is.
Because you have a bomb blast outside, you will hear it, but you can't hear the traffic right now.
What about maintenance type of?
Maintenance like you do at your regular concrete home, yes. I mean, currently you can continue to do the same, clean it, wipe it, keep it nice and clean. Once in a while, like you do the whitewash on your concrete homes, give it a what we call as the wood finish coating on the outside or inside as and when they required.
You are here since 2011, something like that.
2013.
Yes. What about your installation base?
Sorry?
Installation base. How many houses you have constructed, sir, till now?
We don't construct.
Yeah,
We provide technical support.
yes.
We connect you with the suppliers to get the right wood. We provide assistance on site through an expert. So all these things, we are helping build an ecosystem where the building with wood becomes a norm rather than a rarity. So it's still early days. It will take some more time for us to arrive at that stage as a nation. But we are doing our small bit to help that happen. So building with wood is eco-friendly. It helps mitigate global warming, right? It is wood from sustainable sources. That is where Canada is a world leader. So that's it.
Recently, it is.
Wood. Now, when you say fire resistant, you have to give it a coating to make it fire resistant. But if your question is fire hazard present? It is present like in any other home. Yes. Even your concrete home can catch fire and you can lose a lot of material and property in there. Same thing can happen here. But just to give you a small example, wood versus concrete, when there is a conflagration, the steel in concrete melts and the building collapses.
Sir, what is the cost of this thing?
Can I answer it, please? Can I answer it? Yeah. And then when you are having a wooden building and the conflagration takes place, the heavy members of the wood especially start charring on the outside. So when wood is charring, it gives out CO2, which retards inflammation. So that gives you that vital extra couple of hours to evacuate or escape. So you cannot stay in if the fire is there. You have to evacuate. You have to escape, right? So I think the wooden buildings provide you that extra 1 hour at least to do that.
Is it possible to relocate the whole structure from one place to another?
Yes, it is possible. Evidently possible. This has already moved from Bombay to Delhi, from Delhi to this.
Entire structure or you?
Entire structure.
Entire structure.
Entire structure.
So what would be the cost if I want to relocate the same from here to Bangalore?
As I said, I'm not a commercial person, so I can't answer that. You'll have to talk to the owners, people who are years in the world, everywhere.
What about the Columbia building? How old is it?
Sorry?
How old it is? Columbia building? Columbia University building?
Oh, that's called, that building is called Brock Commons in the University of British Columbia. Yes, that's been there for almost 6 years now. So we can connect you with a good architect who designs with wood in mind. The client has to give the brief, what he is looking for in the house, how much space, what kind of a design, does he want more of outside in. So all that briefing is given to the architect concerned. The architect will design it according to the person who is going to own the house ultimately. Once the architect has designed, we also put you in touch, if you want, with structural engineers to validate that the design is very sound engineeringly. So once that is done, the master builders will come and take it up and do the construction.